So, as a summit slayer in Idaho, I decided to maybe pay a little tribute to my grandfather, who's not doing so well right now, and do some summit slaying in his neck of the woods. In St. George, Utah. Beautiful country. That mountain looks quite nice. And down in this valley is where he lives. Right in front of that golf course there. This is actually Bloomington, Utah, if that makes any difference, but St. George is just right around the corner. I was trying to get to that one over there, but a lot of private property. I couldn't find a way through. I don't really feel like getting shot in Utah today. So I came up here. So Grandpa Laverle. And let's just toss a cairn up here, or add to the cairn. There we go. How about a little, pretty little quartzy? Oh, not quartz, it's more like, shit, I don't know. There we go. So I was just right around the corner from this, up on top of that, but I felt, why not try to get two of them today with these little buttes. So I'm going to go up this little ravine here. You know, it's funny, I'm going to head out that way actually, but it's funny, it's mid-January. Sweat my freaking butt off. I can't imagine doing these kind of hikes down here, southern Utah, in the dead of summer. Nope, I cannot. Oh well, one for the homies. Alright, bye. Alright, so again, I started over there. That's where that cairn was. I came up the side of this thing. Now, we're almost to this little peak or summit or whatever the heck. It's not really a summit, but the end of the butte, if you will. And then I'm going to call my dad and tell him to say hi to me from the back of their porch. So that house right there is where my grandma and grandpa currently live. I'm out of breath. This is what I came up. Not a big deal, but that one out in the distance looks pretty awesome. From a distance, it looks pretty awesome. Little fins out there. And then Arizona is that way. All right. Whoop!
like you're coming out, and then I won't have to buy tickets for you. What?
You remember when you and Dad were, I was in bed, you and Dad were going to the movies, and you were getting the pillows because we were going to the drive-in, I think, and there was a dead mouse in the pillowcase.
Oh, my word.
I remember that.
That's my one memory of us going to the movies.
Oh,
We lived there, no money.
Remember one time I was laying there watching TV and a mouse goes, jumps right over right between my arm and my head. And
You
skipped
had
right
one
on
run on your face one time down in Texas. At Mammoth's.
horrible place. Cockroaches this big.
They fly.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Cockroaches fly.
we lifted up the big lid off the electric room. We had to pull another panel feed in the other day. We lifted up the lid and moved it off. This cockroach about this big goes crawling out, and I looked at Nick and I go, "Huh, you're gonna have company in the hole."
Yeah, I was trying to tell Claude that. He said, "Oh, come on." I said, "They are, and they fly."
Well,
Yeah, they fly.
Where we lived, the
Oh, come
fire
on.
hall was right behind our house. There was a nice big yard, our backyard, and then there was the yard for the firemen. And then
That's
there
what
was
it
the
was.
firehouse.
We were all there
And
together.
those cockroaches were so big, you could see them going through the grass back and forth.
That house was just loaded. That
Oh
we
yeah,
lived
and
with.
Mama always kept a can of grease back in the cupboard because they would go to grease, and that was always
come-
full of cockroaches.
Oh,
Just their trap.
nasty.
That's why I never like to say bacon grease.
Well,
Music.
the first night we got down to Texas, I went in the kitchen to get a drink, and there must have been 1,000 little cockroaches all over the kitchen.
All over the kitchen sink. Yeah.
All over the drain boards. I came in there, embarrassed my
Are
mom.
you filming?
He's been filming. I've been
I said-
watching him so bad.
I said, "Mom, there's bugs all over the kitchen." She said, "Shh, shh, shh." I said,
As
"Mama."
if they didn't know.
Yeah, sure.
We had so many of them in Florida.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
good
another
grief.
state.
Every time, and Karen and I were just married, and we get down there, and every time you'd turn on the light, they'd just scatter in the kitchen and stuff, and you'd open drawers, and they were everywhere. And she used to wake up in the middle of the night just screaming.
Oh, yeah.
She'd wake up, "Ah, they're all over me, get them off of me!" Calm down, you're all right.
Oh, that one house, you remember how we'd run across the floor and try to get up on the furniture? And I caught one between my toes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I would scream.
That
Well,
was
they're that big. I just caught one of his antennas. Oh, my Lord. Mother just absolutely had a fit.
Oh, she hated Texas. Hated it. Couldn't get out of there quick
And
enough.
when we went to Hawaii one time, we were all out in the hot tub. They were running all around the edge of the hot
yeah.
tub.
We had a nice encounter.
We had one in our room.
Oh,
I
yeah.
took my
Oh,
boot. I took my boot. I beat that thing on the floor with my boot. I beat it, scooped it into a box,
It was
threw it out the door, and it crawled away.
It was.
So no wonder these things are the only thing that can survive a
It was
nuclear
like,
holocaust.
this
Right.
must have been 6 inches
That
long.
and Twinkies.
We didn't think it was a cockroach. We didn't
They're
know
out
what
of
it
business.
was. It looked like one. It was flying
Yeah.
they're,
around.
oh, they're big
Yeah,
there.
they're remakes. Are they Hostess?
Yeah.
Oh, Hostess is back in business, huh? Oh, they just
Hostess
filed
back in
chapter
business.
whatever to get.
Yeah, I think somebody else bought them out, right?
Somebody else bought them, but they kept the hostess name, and so
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
left
that's
the recipe.
right.
So,
Twinkies went
Twinkies
off
and-
of the shelf for a while.
oh yes,
Now they're
they're back. They
at
are.
Hostess.
When
Cupcakes,
Yes, those chocolate.
Twinkies.
Mm-hmm.
when Shannon and I were moving into our house, we're waiting for. No, we were in between houses at the time, and so we moved all of our stuff into her mom's place, and lived there for like a month or two. And then the washer and dryer wouldn't fit inside, so we left that outside in their farm or whatever. So then when we finally had a place and we moved in, we hadn't even had all our boxes unpacked or anything yet, and we were sitting there, just a nice little candlelight dinner, or whatever, and I went into the laundry room to do something, throw something in there, and when I opened the door and it hit the side of the wall, like a couple earwigs fell off the door
Oh,
hinge.
earwigs.
I'm like, well, what the heck? And so I slammed the door, and then just 50 of them fell off of the door hinge. And I'm like, what the heck? And they just scattered everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And so I kicked the dryer in the washer, and all kinds of madness like came out from under this thing and started scattering. We had earwigs throughout that house
they fly?
for
No, they
a month.
They fly
They
too.
fly.
They might fly.
I've never
They
seen
have
one.
wings.
Yeah, they fly.
I've never seen them fly.
Yeah, they
I
fly.
haven't either.
I mean, it would be the point where you'd have to pick up, you'd pick up your hat or your shoe, and they would just be in the rim, like all
Yeah.
lined up, or they'd be in your...
Where is this at?
This was in Boise. Earwigs are my roaches, but I've never really been around roaches, so I don't know.
I think there isn't a town around that doesn't have roaches, because they're all old towns. And Reading, they said, my goodness, we went into one place with
Dinner
some
forest.
roaches we caught. She said they're all over Reading.
Well, they're all over St. George.
Yeah, they're all over.
They can survive anything.
Oh, I can.
It's really great.
Remember potato bugs? Like those
don't
weird...
even.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Those are
don't.
ugly.
I'm gonna
Oh.
lose it.
So ugly.
Okay.
Oh.
She will have.
They're ugly. Those are the ugly
Okay, I'm gonna get up and leave.
We're going to make her throw up now.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I just can't do that.
Gotta get off of bugs.
It's all right.
Pick a new topic.
Mice, rats, scorpions,
I don't want to lose her dinner.
Why that?
and stuff. And then when he'd see that there was somebody else up there, he'd come over basically because, he'd either lost all of his lures or he wanted to fish a little bit. And he comes over and we've got a basket there that's already got fish in it. And no poles with any line on it.
And stick with a string and a hook.
And he's just sitting there looking, and he goes, I was wondering if I could. And he kept looking at that, and he says, "Man, you guys are pretty lucky. You haven't been here but about an hour."
Fish are really biting.
He goes, it's spawning season. He says, I don't know how. He said, what do you use to get them to bite so quickly?
What'd they do?
And they were all alive in a basket sitting in the stream. They weren't even on the stringer.
Did they bring the young trout or something up there and put them in?
Not there.
No, we just catch them out of the stream because in the fall the streams are a lot lower, and so it's a lot easier to move them.
Stock them. I thought maybe they stocked them.
They stock
They
it there,
do,
but they stock the lake every so
They
many
fly.
years.
They do a flyby and drop.
Stock them.
Yeah, I've seen them do it a few times up there. You'll see a little low biplane fly in there, and
I
the
didn't
bottom
know that
doors
they
will
were
open
stocked.
up, and you'll just see it looks like
Fish,
rain coming out.
yeah.
There's a little tiny fish.
You told me they didn't stock those.
They didn't used to,
Well, up high in the
but they've gotten
mountains,
fished
do
out
that.
for so many years with all the people going in now that
Yeah.
they have to.
When we were in Texas, we used to get up early. Well, Joe liked to fish. Grandpa Harris loved to fish, so we'd get up real early and take off and go down to the Colorado River where all those rocks were. We actually seen it rain fish. Remember?
Kinda.
It was kind of raining, and
Was it a water spout somewhere?
I don't know, but
Must
there
have
was
been.
fish.
Must have been a water
Little
spout.
fish coming down.
Well, they
Yeah.
probably were stocking it from somewhere.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
probably a
They
water
They
were
got
spout.
sucked up somewhere else and it just
Water
rained.
spout.
Just rained them down.
Sucked them up, dropped them down.
We stopped in Georgia one time. Yale needed
Frozen
to do
fish.
something, and Yale said, "What are those gnats that fly all around, get in your face?" And he's going like this, "What gnats?" I mean, Yale said, "What gnats?" I don't know.
I go like this. For what? Keeps the
Really?
elephants away.
What,
Seen any
kudzu-
elephants?
Kudzu down there.
Not recently.
Kudzu. They
And it's
cook that
working.
Kudzu. They try to do stuff with it.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
Once that stuff gets started, it'll cover a whole house. It grows a foot, about a foot
Was
every
that
hour.
bamboo?
Kudzu.
What?
Kudzu. It's a
Never heard of
green.
it.
Yeah, they started it over here, and it covers everything. It'll cover a house. Yeah.
What's it look like?
It's a green vine.
It's a vine.
Yeah, they have them down south. Once it gets started, it's hard to kill. And
Where'd
so
it come
they've
from?
tried to do commercial things with it. Well, where did it come from? I think Africa. Doesn't everything come from Africa?
Somebody brought it over from there.
Kudzu is just all over. I mean, it'll go up in the trees. It'll cover houses. Yeah.